He threw the tennis ball with all his strength, but instead of flying away, it stopped steadily in midair. The boy had pushed his mind too hard, and suddenly, blood trickled from his nose. He wiped it away with his hand, his face lit up with excitement. The three of them used their powers to stack building blocks, control stones to skip across water, and even used a hairdryer to lift the hem of a girl's short skirt. Among the three, Andy, the skinny and quiet one, was the most powerful. Just 3 days ago, Andy's life couldn't have been worse. At school, he was constantly bullied by his classmates. At home, his mother was gravely ill and had to rely on an oxygen tank to stay alive. His father was a drunk who, when wasted, would beat him mercilessly. All of this made Andy withdrawn and isolated. The only thing that brought him any comfort was photography. Worried that Andy might drift further away from the world, his cousin decided to take him to a party, hoping he'd make some new friends. That's where Andy met Mike, an outgoing, adventurous guy. Under Mike's lead, they explored a mysterious cave. Driven by curiosity, Mike wanted to see what was inside. It was pitch black. You couldn't see a thing. Andy, terrified, kept calling out to them, but all he got in return was silence. Turns out, they were trying to spook him. Suddenly, the air seemed to flicker, and a strange rock appeared. It glowed with a bluish light and let out a high-pitched hum. Drawn in, Mike stepped forward, reaching out to touch it. The rock slowly shifted from blue to red, and right then, blood started dripping from Mike's nose. The next moment, he collapsed, unconscious. When the three of them finally came to, they were shocked to see Mike floating in midair. Out of nowhere, a plane roared overhead, the force knocking Mike out cold. His body plummeted toward the ground, just as disaster seemed inevitable. Andy reacted in a flash and managed to save him. Mike hit the ground safely, narrowly escaping death. On the drive home, the rain poured down in sheets. The three of them argued excitedly inside the car, until the car behind them kept honking its horn, ruining the mood. Fed up, Andy decided to teach the driver a lesson. The other car suddenly veered off the road and into the water. Panic set in. While they scolded Andy, they also started to worry that things had gone too far. Mike quickly jumped in and, thankfully, managed to rescue the driver in time. The incident shook their cousin to the core. Right then and there, he laid down some ground rules. Never use their powers on living things. Never use them to vent anger. And above all, never let anyone find out what they could do. Andy felt suffocated by these new restrictions.